Forsaken has had a lot of changes throughout its development. We already knew about some of the more well-known scrapped killers, but recently the former owner of the game has discussed that even more were scrapped. And you won't believe why. So watch all the way because of the bonus at the end. Like and subscribe, and at 1,000 likes, I'm gonna keep messaging the developers to bring some of these back. Number 1, Chain. Being a very similar entity to the current killer Jason and soon-to-be slasher, Chain is the main antagonist from the game Chain. They are a lumberjack that is mentally insane and with a thirst to chase survivors. They appear to be the standard Robloxian with the lumberjack attire, with their right arm being ripped off, and a white mask with hollow eyes. They will have a chainsaw attached to the left arm along with the bandage. Being confirmed and mentioned by the previous owner of Forsaken, they were originally going to be in the game with a big vision as a killer, most notably being able to use their chainsaw as the main weapon of choice and other abilities that they would be able to spawn into Forsaken that would have been relatable from their own game. Nothing else is really known about what their gameplay would have looked like, though we could speculate that it could have been very similar to Jason and Slasher's playstyle, as it may have been even possible that Chain would have been the replacement for them as well. Unfortunately, the reason why this killer got scrapped was due to it being denied by the Chain developers due to unknown reasons. So it's safe to say we wouldn't be able to see anything Chain related to the game. Number 2, SCP-3008-2. Simply being known as 3008, they are a character that originates from the Roblox game 3008 by Ugly Burger Zero, being based off the SCP article SCP-3008. They appear as a humanoid creature that can take a variety of shapes and skin tones, generally being either too tall or too short. They have no face and wear the IKEA uniform, an orange shirt with blue and pink stripes, and jeans. This killer was originally considered to come into Forsaken during the early development stages, as confirmed by the original owner for the game on their video. Despite the lore of the individual being interesting, it would have been possible to see abilities that are from 3008 and maybe even an IKEA related ability as well. Unfortunately, this killer was ultimately scrapped prior to the release of the game. Many within the community also agreed that this killer just didn't seem to fit within Forsaken at all, and would be better represented into the game as a map than a standalone killer. Due to the success from the original game though, and how popular it still is, there could be a possibility of seeing something related to this killer be added to the game, though we just have to wait and see. Number 3, Nbot 9000. Known as an enemy within the Roblox game Five Nights at Freddy's co-op, appearing within the basement game mode of that game, Nbot 9000 was yet another killer that was originally in the plans during the early development of Forsaken. They would have appeared as a metal humanoid robot, being very bulky and made out of dark gray rectangles with a tough rock-like texture on them. Their head is interesting in the shape of a cylinder and a mouth that goes all the way around while having 2 white eyes. Based on the previous owner statements, there was actually only one ability that was mentioned and confirmed, that being the override ability that is similar to Dead by Daylight's Hillbilly, allowing the character to cover very large distances in a short amount of time and instantly downing survivors as well. Nbot 9000 would have been a very speedy killer due to this ability, which would lead to assume that it would have also been very weak and glassy in contrast. The previous owner even confirmed that they ended up receiving permissions from FNAF Co-op, which would have made this addition 100% confirmed at the time. The project did get shut down though during the ownership transfer to the new owners of Forsaken, and along with that, Nbot 9000 was officially scrapped as it didn't seem to pique the interests of the developers. Number 4, EFTL. Originating from the old Roblox error message in which experiences are failed to load, this killer was on the drawing boards and the minds of the developers, as it was a character that was very close to come to reality within the Forsaken world. There is no full model of EFTL, though there is concept art that was drawn appearing as a figure used in the experiences failed to load error, holding a ripped reload button as its weapon and having the top right of their head being ripped away with a white eye peeking out of it. There will be a 3D question mark render floating next to their head, similar to that error sign. Originally, this killer was teased within the Forsaken Discord server inside the hashtag devlogs channel, along with their chase theme as well, which was also scrapped. Nothing is really known about their gameplay, but it would have had something to do with the reload button, or even the floating question mark next to their head. E.F.T.L would have been the only killer which would have originated from Roblox's user interface and not from a game, account, or general lore. It was confirmed to be scrapped when a player asked if the old Roblox error message was ever going to be a killer, to which Rocky Moro stated that it was scrapped. It is unfortunate as many players within the community were looking forward to this killer being added, but we do have some crazy news about that. Very recently, Rocky Moro did post a tweet saying that they actually don't know what's happening with it, thinking that it was Nightshade's idea, which would have confirmed it scrapped, but they responded saying that it was someone else's idea? Yeah, it's getting tossed around between scrapped and unconfirmed, but you can be the judge on that. Number 5 and 6, minus elevation entities. Based on a collection of 2 entities coming from the Roblox game Minus Elevation by Lucky Dragon, these killers are yet more killers that would have come to Forsaken early in their development stages, also receiving permissions from the game developers as well. These entities would have looked very scary, first showcasing Eyemaster as an individual wearing a Robloxian 2.0 body with a spherical head, donning many red glowing eyes all around the head, along with 2 horns coming from the top. Wanderer would have been the second, containing just 1 big eye in the head, also wearing that same body with a bunch of ribs coming out from their torso. Their abilities and attacks would have been very similar to their game attacks, though nothing else was ever specified and discussed about them. Even with permissions from the developers of Minus Elevation, the current developers of Forsaken has not mentioned anything about them for a long time now, along with that teaser being deleted within the Discord server. This means that these killers have been scrapped due to the inactivity in the project. And a bonus scrapped character, Cerulean? Being more of a scrapped survivor than a killer, their conceptual art does depict her with deer antlers with leaves growing on them, as well as scar markings on the face. They also hold a wooden staff with a lantern at the end, which is used as a weapon and for support, as she wears a fur coat with pants marked with their designs. Being the only scrapped survivor in Forsaken, she would have been a dual survival, supporting both the support and survivalist classes. Being connected to Dusakar as being her father figure, Cerulean was ultimately scrapped, with Wanwood replacing the survivor, especially as there was a lot of controversy with their creator and design allegedly being taken from someone else's character. But would you bring these characters back? Like, subscribe, and take care.